Welcome to this is from Sivasamy from APIT Excel Engineering College, Kumarapalem. So I want to discuss about cryptography and network security. So cryptography means how to secure the data. So in between sender and receiver. So how to secure the data from sender to receiver. But no one will intruders will not be able to get the data. That's why you are using cryptography and network security. Cryptography means you have to secure the data. Network security means how to data protection between networks. So first of all, we have to discuss about security services. What are the security services provided in the data transfer? So for three security services will be provided. X.800, RFC 2828, X.800. So X.800 defines the service provided by a protocol layer of communicating open system which ensures aggregate security of the system of data transfer. This means security services provided in between the data transfer user 1 to user 2, so sender and receiver. Next one, RFC 2828 defines as a processing communication service provided by the system to give specific kind of production system resources. That to kind of production from some resource systems. This security services provided some system resources, right? So X.800 defines 5 major categories. So first one is security services. Security services provided authentication, access control, data confidentiality, data integrity and non-reputation. So authentication is assures data that communicating entity is claiming. So what authentication is, who is the authentication person, who is the sender data. Access control means prevention of the unauthorized use of resources. So data confidential means production of data from unauthorized disclosure. Unauthorized disclosure means data from hackers or intruders that produce the data. Data integrity means assures that data received as a sent by an authorized entity. Okay, the non-reputation is protection against denying one of the parties as a communication. So no one will be introduced or enter into the communication between user and sender and receiver. Okay, this is for the security services provided X.800. So next one is security mechanisms. So what are the security mechanisms that are provided? Specific security mechanisms or pervasive security mechanisms. We have to provide two types of security mechanisms we have to provide in the X.800. So next we have to discuss about classify and security attacks. What are the security attacks? Security attacks will be provided. So passive attacks. So passive attacks and active attacks. So passive attack means the attackers only can use like a eavesdropping. But once they are just watching what are the communications will be there, so no changes will be made. So only for watching what are the communications between sender and receiver. So active attackers means totally all the data will be modified. So sender hackers will be maybe threatening the message and some modification message. This modification message may be going to affect all the resources. Okay, this is for the passive attacks and active attacks. So next one, so what are the types of attacks? So passive types of attacks means we have to provide. Passive attacks means release of message contents, traffic analysis. Release of message contents, traffic analysis. Message active threat means masquerade, replay, modification of message content and denial of service. We have to discuss one by one. So passive threatening means already we have told you. Passive means only for just for example just watching the message. For example, we have to telephone communications, eavesdrops can be just watching what happens. So no modifications any other. This is for release of message content because we have to masquerade all the content will be sender to receiver. That's why only for fetch the data, so not able to modify the data. So traffic analysis, same thing. We have discussed. Masquerade means in between transfer sender and receiver. So masquerade means So we have to attack, the attackers can fetch the data and modify data. The replay means some sender and receivers, some intruders can send the message repeatedly. Unauthorized person can send the message from repeatedly. So the modification of message means, for example, sender A, you have to send the message send B. The attackers can get that message, then we can that message will be modified after the send the message from the receiver. That is the modification of message contents. Next one is denial of service. So total systems will be affected. All the contents will be modified. All the resources should be modified. This is the dangerous attackers. That all the systems resources also will be damaged. That's all about the active and passive attack security services. Classical encryption techniques. So how to encrypt the data. So once you have to send the data from the sender, so receiver can receive the message encrypted data. So some of the classic encryption techniques are the classical encryption techniques. So classical encryption techniques means symmetric encryption. Symmetric encryption is both sender and receiver can use the same key. So once sender will be send the message from encrypted message from receiver, we are to using some encrypted message using some keys. So we are to using symmetric key and public key symmetric key cryptography. So converts private key, single key, sender and this type of keys are available. So symmetric cipher model. This is for the model for how to send the message from sender to receiver. This we are going for plain text. Using encryption algorithm, using some key can convert it as the ciphertext. Ciphertext means after converting ciphertext, we can use the same key. Then again decryption algorithm and again convert as the plain text. Once again I will repeat the first we have to text the plain text. We have to sender will generate the plain text. Then using encryption algorithm, we have to generate the ciphertext using encryption algorithm using the secret key. Then we have to convert as ciphertext. Again we can send the key, send the message from the receiver. Receiver can do the decryption algorithm, same key. Then using the converter as the plain text. This is for symmetric key cryptography. Symmetric key cryptography means we can use the sender and receiver can use the same key for encrypting the data. So it's a cryptography can be characterized by types of encryption, operations used, number of keys used, way in which plain text is processed. This is for we have to convert as the encryption text and again we have to convert as the plain text. Okay, next one, types of cryptographic attacks. Types of cryptographic attacks, ciphertext only. So non-plain text, chosen plain text, chosen ciphertext, chosen text. Okay, next one, Caesar cipher. So earliest known as substitution. This is for the substitution cipher for Julius Caesar. First art attested using military affairs replaces each letter by third letter on example. Meet me after the toga party. This is for the original message. We can convert it as the encrypt ciphertext. Okay, so different was only you have to change the position. This is for the have to convert as the plain text as the ciphertext. Again, we can convert it as the ciphertext to plain text. This is method for